Welcome back to Change Your Life. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Australian 10-cent value coins. In this video, we'll explore the worth, iconic design, hidden treasures, and shocking history behind the top 4 most valuable, expensive, and ultra-rare Australian 10-cent coins. We'll be looking at coins from 1982, 1983, 1998, and 2003, all without mint marks, struck at the Canberra Mint. These coins are made of cupronickel and feature the classic Lyrebird reverse design. What's truly shocking is that even dirty, worn, heavily circulated coins that look completely ordinary, can be worth thousands or even millions of dollars today. So before you spend that old 10-cent coin, stick around, because you might just be holding a fortune in your hands. Backhand index pointing right first up. Coin number 1. Welcome back. Stop. Pause. Don't scroll. Don't rush. Hold this coin in your hand. Feel its weight. Sense the decades of life pressed into its metal, decades of circulation, of daily transactions, of ordinary Australians living their lives. This is the 1982 Australian 10 cents, struck in Canberra, with no mint mark. Cupronickel. Heavily circulated. Worn. Dirty. At first glance, it might seem like any other coin in your pocket, in your jar, in your drawer. But every scratch, every faded edge, every dent carries a story. A story of survival. A story of history. A story that could quietly transform your understanding of ordinary change into something extraordinary. This coin has traveled further than most would imagine. It gingled in pockets and wallets. It slid across counters in small shops, paid for everyday items, a loaf of bread, a morning coffee, bus fares, and countless other small transactions. Millions of coins were lost, discarded, or melted down. Yet this single 10-cent piece survived. Each mark is proof that it endured the rhythm of everyday life, that it witnessed ordinary moments that no history book ever recorded. Its survival is quiet, almost invisible, yet incredibly rare. Look closely at the Lyrebird reverse design. Even worn, the feathers and elegant curves whisper artistry and resilience. What most see as scratches, collectors see as footprints in time. Subtle minting variations, tiny anomalies in strike or weight, can transform an otherwise ordinary circulation coin into a collectible treasure. Every imperfection here is a badge of authenticity, a marker that this coin has lived, survived, and now waits for the right eyes to recognize its hidden potential. Imagine the journey this coin has endured. From drawers to jars, from wallets to counters, it passed through countless hands. Each transfer, each touch, added to its story. While millions of other coins disappeared, this one persisted, quietly accumulating history in its worn surface. Collectors prize these survivors not for their shine but for the decades of life they carry. Its imperfections are not flaws, they are proof of authenticity, proof of survival, proof that it is no ordinary 10-cent piece. The story of this coin is more than just history. It is a lesson in patience, observation, and discovery. Even in heavily circulated condition, the coin carries subtle traits that differentiate it from others, small die variations, tiny anomalies, faint markings. These are what separate the common from the collectible. A collector who understands these subtleties can see value where the average person sees nothing but worn metal. Its worth is quiet, patient, waiting for recognition. Think about the life it has lived. It survived decades of use, from small-town shops to city markets, sliding through countless pockets, exposed to daily life. It survived wear, scratches, and dents that destroyed millions of others. And now, decades later, it sits quietly in your hand. A coin that looks ordinary could hold extraordinary value. The potential is hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with knowledge, patience, and attention to detail to uncover it. Its cupronickel composition gives it intrinsic metal value. But true value comes from history, from survival, from story. Each scratch is a memory of commerce. Each dent is a witness to life. Each faded line is evidence that it endured the decades while so many others vanished. This coin is more than currency, it is a tangible piece of Australia's history, a piece that quietly whispers to collectors who know how to read it. Even today, collectors search for coins like this, seeking lyrebirds that survived the ordinary, that endured circulation, that carry both subtle variations and authentic history. Shine is secondary. Story is primary. Rarity is defined not just by how few exist, but by how many survived intact while millions were lost. And this 1982 10 cents is a survivor, a witness, a storyteller. It quietly holds decades of life, commerce, and the potential for value that most people overlook. Before you spend it, before you toss it aside, pause. Observe. Feel. Look at the worn edges, the faded details of the lyrebird, the tiny scratches and dents. Every imperfection is proof of survival, proof of history, proof of rarity. For those who recognize it, this coin can quietly hold hidden value, thousands of dollars in some cases. What seems like a simple 10-cent coin can, in the right hands, transform into a collector's treasure, a small fortune hidden in plain sight. The 1982 Australian 10 cents is more than a coin. It is history, endurance, and hidden potential. It is proof that even the most ordinary-looking coins can carry extraordinary secrets, waiting for the right collector to discover them. Every scratch, every worn feather, every faint line is a testament to decades of survival, commerce, and life. Hold it. Observe it. Treasure it. Because in its humble copper-nickel frame lies a story that could quietly change the way you see ordinary currency forever. Welcome back. Stop. Pause. Don't scroll. Don't rush. Pick up this coin. Hold it in your hand. Feel its weight. Feel the decades pressed into its metal. This is the 1983 Australian 10 cents, struck in Canberra, without a mint mark. Made of copper-nickel, worn, dirted, and heavily circulated, it might look ordinary at first glance, just another coin among millions. But every scratch, every faded edge, every tiny dent carries a story. A story of survival, of history, and of hidden potential that only the right collector will ever see. Decades ago, this coin slid across counters, jingled in pockets, and paid for countless small transactions. Coffee, bus fares, market stalls, and everyday purchases, it witnessed ordinary life quietly, without recognition. Millions of others were lost, discarded, or melted down. Yet this coin survived. Its endurance is subtle, almost invisible, yet unmistakable to anyone who truly understands what a survivor coin is. Every mark, every scratch, is proof that it endured, and in that endurance lies hidden value. Look at the Lyrebird reverse design. Even worn, its delicate feathers whisper elegance and resilience. Most people see scratches, collectors see decades of history etched into metal. The Lyrebird's intricate curves, softened by circulation, tell a story of life lived, commerce endured, and survival against the odds. Subtle minting variations, dye anomalies, or slight differences in weight can turn this ordinary circulation coin into a rare collector's treasure. Each imperfection is proof of authenticity, a sign of a life lived, and a hint of hidden fortune. Imagine the journey this coin has seen. From wallets to drawers, from counters to pockets, it passed through hundreds, maybe thousands of hands. Children, parents, shopkeepers, travelers all touched this coin without realizing its story. Millions of others vanished over the years. But this one survived. That survival is its rarity. Its history is its value. And for the collector who knows how to look, it could quietly hold thousands of dollars in potential worth. Even subtle differences can elevate its value. Slight dye errors, faint anomalies, or unusual planchet characteristics, these are often overlooked by ordinary eyes, yet they are exactly what transform a common coin into a collectible. Millions were struck, yet very few survived with history and subtle uniqueness intact. That is where the hidden fortune lies, quietly, waiting for someone patient, observant, and knowledgeable enough to recognize it. Think about all the wear it endured. From school lunches to market stalls, from pocket to pocket, it absorbed decades of life. Its edges softened. Its surface scratched. Its design faded. Millions of others were lost to circulation or melted down, yet this coin survived. That resilience, that proof of survival, is exactly what collectors prize. Its imperfections are not flaws, they are history. They are authenticity. They are proof that this is no ordinary 10-cent piece. The coin's copper-nickel composition provides intrinsic metal value, yes. But what makes it truly special is its story, survival, and authenticity. Every scratch is a memory of commerce. Every dent a witness to everyday life. Every faded feather a testament to time. It is more than currency. It is a living piece of history, quietly reminding collectors that ordinary coins can hide extraordinary value. Even today, collectors seek coins like this. The worn Lyrebird whispers elegance, endurance, and story. It reminds us that value is not only in shine or condition but in survival, rarity, and history combined. Millions were discarded, yet this coin remained. That quiet resilience is priceless. It carries decades of life, commerce, and subtle uniqueness that only careful eyes will notice. Before spending or discarding it, pause. Observe it. Examine the edges, the worn Lyrebird feathers, the tiny scratches and imperfections. These marks are proof of survival, proof of history, and proof of authenticity. For those who recognize it, this 1983 Australian 10 cents quietly holds the potential for life-changing value, far beyond its face. What seems like ordinary change can, in the right hands, transform into a collector's treasure, a hidden fortune waiting patiently. The 1983 Australian 10 cents is more than a coin. It is endurance, history, and hidden opportunity. It proves that even ordinary-looking, worn coins can harbor extraordinary secrets for those who know where to look. Every scratch, every faded feather, every dent is a testament to decades survived, commerce witnessed, and life lived. Hold it. Observe it. Appreciate it. Because in its humble copper-nickel frame lies a story that could quietly change how you see ordinary currency forever. Welcome back. Stop. Pause. Don't scroll. Don't rush. Hold this coin in your hand. Feel the decades pressed into its metal. This is the 1998 Australian 10 cents, struck in Canberra, no mint mark. Copper-nickel, heavily circulated, worn, and dirted from years of life spent in pockets, wallets, and cash registers across the nation. At first glance, it might seem ordinary. Just another 10-cent piece among millions. But every mark, every faded edge, every tiny scratch carries a story of survival, history, and quiet hidden potential that only the right collector will ever see. Decades ago, this coin began its journey. It slid across counters, jingled in wallets, paid for small purchases, coffee, bus rides, market stalls, and everyday errands. Millions of other coins were lost, discarded, or melted down. Yet this 10-cent piece survived. Its quiet endurance is almost invisible, but unmistakable to anyone who truly understands collector coins. Each imperfection, each mark, is proof that it lived through decades of ordinary life and commerce, and that is where hidden value begins. Look at the Lyrebird on the reverse. Even worn, the delicate feathers and elegant curves tell a story of resilience and beauty. What most see as scratches, collectors see as history. The Lyrebird's intricate details, softened by circulation, are proof that this coin witnessed life, survived everyday wear, and quietly holds the potential to become a rare collectible. Subtle minting variations, faint dye errors, or slight planchet anomalies could transform this ordinary coin into a treasure that many overlook. Imagine the journey of this coin. From pockets to drawers, from counters to hands across Australia, it touched countless lives. Children, parents, shopkeepers, travelers all interacted with it without realizing its story. Millions of others vanished. But this one survived. That survival, that authenticity, is exactly why collectors prize it. Its imperfections are not flaws, they are the proof of decades survived, commerce endured, and life witnessed. Even subtle differences can make all the difference. Small minting anomalies, dye variations, or tiny imperfections in strike can elevate an ordinary circulation coin to rare collectible status. Millions were struck in 1998, but very few survived with the combination of wear, history, and subtle uniqueness intact. That is where hidden fortune lies, quietly, patiently, waiting for the right collector to recognize it. Think about the life it endured. From market counters to wallets, from pockets to small shops, it absorbed decades of life, handling, and commerce. Its edges softened. Its surface scratched. Its design faded. Millions of others were lost to circulation or melted down, yet this coin remained. That resilience is priceless. Its value is quiet, patient, and invisible to the untrained eye, but unmistakable to those who know how to read its story. The cupronickel composition gives it intrinsic metal value, but true worth is in the story, survival, and authenticity. Every scratch is a memory. Every dent is a witness to life. Every faded feather of the lyrebird is a chapter of Australian history. This coin is more than currency, it is a tangible, surviving piece of history, quietly reminding collectors that ordinary coins can hide extraordinary value. Collectors still seek coins like this. Its worn lyrebird whispers elegance, endurance, and story. Value isn't in shine alone, it is in survival, rarity, and history combined. Millions were discarded, but this coin survived. That quiet resilience is proof of its extraordinary journey. It carries decades of life, commerce, and subtle uniqueness that only careful eyes will notice. Before spending or discarding it, pause. Examine it carefully. Feel its weight. Observe the edges, the worn lyrebird feathers, the scratches and imperfections. These are proof of survival, history, and rarity. For those who recognize it, the 1998 Australian 10 cents can quietly hold hidden value, thousands of dollars for the right collector. What appears ordinary can, in the right hands, transform into a collector's treasure. The 1998 Australian 10 cents is more than a coin. It is endurance, history, and hidden opportunity. It proves that even ordinary, worn coins can harbor extraordinary secrets for those who know where to look. Every scratch, every dent, every faded feather is a testament to decades survived, commerce witnessed, and life lived. Hold it. Observe it. Treasure it. Because in its humble cupronickel frame lies a story that could quietly change how you see ordinary currency forever. Welcome back. Stop. Pause. Don't scroll. Don't rush. Pick up this coin. Feel its weight. Feel the decades pressed into its worn cupronickel frame. This is the 2003 Australian 10 cents, struck in Canberra, no mint mark. Heavily circulated, dirty, edges worn, lyrebird design faded from countless pockets, drawers, and wallets. At first glance, it looks ordinary, just another 10-cent piece among millions. But every scratch, every dent, every softened feather tells a story few will ever notice. A story of survival. A story of history. And a story of hidden potential that could quietly transform ordinary change into extraordinary treasure. This coin has lived a full life. It slid across store counters, jingled in pockets, paid for coffee, bus fares, small market transactions, and countless everyday purchases. Millions of its siblings were lost, discarded, or melted down. Yet this coin endured. Its worn surface, faded lyrebird, and dented edges are proof of resilience. Every mark it carries is a testament to decades of use, of life passing through countless hands, and of survival against all odds. That quiet endurance is exactly what makes it valuable to collectors. Look closely at the lyrebird reverse design. Even faded and worn, the feathers whisper elegance and resilience. Ordinary eyes see scratches. Collector eyes see history etched in metal. The curves, now softened from circulation, tell the story of life, commerce, and movement through time. Subtle dye variations, faint minting anomalies, or small planchet differences could elevate this ordinary circulation coin into a rare treasure. Each imperfection is a badge of authenticity, proof that it survived the ordinary while millions disappeared. Imagine the journey this coin has seen. From wallets to drawers, counters to hands across Australia, it passed through countless lives. Children, parents, shopkeepers, travelers all handled it without knowing its story. Millions of others vanished over time. But this one survived. That survival, that proof of enduring life and circulation, is exactly why collectors prize it. Its worn imperfections are not flaws, they are evidence of history, resilience, and hidden value waiting for someone patient and observant enough to recognize it. Even subtle differences can make the difference between a common coin and a collector's treasure. Small dye anomalies, faint minting differences, or unusual weight and strike characteristics are often overlooked. Millions of 10-cent coins were struck in 2003, yet very few survived with authentic wear, history, and subtle uniqueness intact. That is where the hidden fortune lies, quietly, patiently, waiting for the right collector to uncover it. Think about all the wear it endured. From market counters to wallets, pockets to shops, it absorbed decades of life. Its edges softened. Its design faded. Millions of others were lost, melted down, or discarded, but this coin survived. That resilience is priceless. Its story is quiet but profound, and its true value lies not just in metal but in history, authenticity, and rarity combined. The cupronickel composition gives it some intrinsic value, yes. But its real worth comes from survival, history, and authenticity. Every scratch is a memory. Every dent a witness. Every faded lyrebird feather is a chapter in Australia's story. This coin is more than currency, it is a survivor, quietly reminding collectors that ordinary coins can conceal extraordinary potential. Collectors still seek coins like this. Its worn lyrebird tells a story of life, endurance, and subtle beauty. Value is not in shine but in survival, rarity, and authentic history combined. Millions were discarded, but this coin endured. That quiet persistence is priceless. It holds decades of commerce, life, and subtle uniqueness waiting to be recognized by someone who knows how to read it. Before spending or discarding it, pause. Examine it carefully. Feel its weight. Look at the worn edges, the faded feathers, the tiny scratches and dents. These imperfections are proof of survival, proof of history, proof of rarity. For those who see it, the 2003 Australian 10 cents can quietly hold hidden value, thousands of dollars for the right collector. What seems like ordinary change could transform into a collector's treasure. The 2003 Australian 10 cents is more than a coin. It is endurance, history, and hidden opportunity. It shows that even heavily circulated, worn coins can carry extraordinary secrets for those who know where to look. Every mark, every dent, every faded feather is proof of decades survived, commerce witnessed, and life lived. Hold it. Observe it. Treasure it. Because in this humble cupronickel frame lies a story that could quietly change how you see ordinary currency forever.